First, live, local. This is Fox 12 Now.
Hello and welcome to Fox 12 Now. I'm Greg Nibbler. We are live streaming here out of the Fox 12 Oregon newsroom. Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. We're here every weekday starting at 1. So all kinds of different things that we cover on this show, whether it's interviews, deeper dives, breaking news, we have it for you here on that Fox 12 Oregon app or wherever you're finding us. For this segment right now, though, we are talking to rapper, entertainer extraordinaire, Ice Cube. Ice Cube has been a part of entertainment culture for, well, 40 years, really, at this point, and he's celebrating that with a new tour that is coming to Portland on September 22nd, the Truth to Power Tour, 4 decades of being in hip-hop, and he's going to be bringing his show. We got a chance to talk to him here just a little bit earlier today, just about what the tour is going to be like. Has he been to, obviously he's been to Portland before, but coming back to Portland and what to expect on this, and also looking back a bit on his career. So let's go right to it. Coming back to Portland here, September 22nd, but this tour, man, 40 years in hip hop. I mean, that's a long time. I want to know, I'm curious for you, when you're getting ready to prepare for this tour, which I think is like your first headlining tour in the US in like 10 years or something like that, if that's right. Is that right?
I mean, I've been touring, but I haven't done a production like this. And I mean, this is my biggest production ever. So guess since the Up and Smoke tour, maybe. But yeah, it's going to be pretty epic.
So what's the biggest difference in preparing for a tour like this compared to, say, like 3 decades ago for you personally?
Making sure the people who've seen me before get a new show. Get something fresh and new. Just because you've seen me before, some people could say, I already seen him a few times and write it off. But we got a great production, and we're going through 40 years. We're going to celebrate all this good music. I get a chance to dig into my catalog a lot more than, maybe on a summer jam type show. So I have the time, I got the stage, I got the catalog, I got the music. All I need is your time, you know what I'm saying? So it's going to be fun.
Has that been pretty fun going back through some of the old catalogs and figuring something out, maybe that you haven't performed in a long time or something live, which I'm guessing there's going to be some of that?
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool to be able to give fans what they've been, asking for, over these decades. And be able to do it with a great production, send people back down memory lane, so to speak, but also, do the new music too. We got great new music. And so it's going to be, from the 80s all the way to the 2020s.
So there's the whole gamut. I mean, well, talking about that, new music, this new tour, big, huge production, which I want to talk about the production side here as well. But, for a lot of performers, 4 decades that's a ridiculously amazing career right there, and obviously well earned and deserved. But for a lot of performers, you do entertainment, you do all these other things. It seems like sometimes they kind of fade off. It's like, okay, I don't want to do that anymore. I'm going to focus on, movie career, acting career. You're out here with a huge production, touring around, performing. What is it that still drives you after 40 years in hip hop to want to go out and do this and perform like this on a tour like this?
I love it. I'm living the dream. Like, why stop? What I'm gonna do? Retire? Go fishing? I mean, what? Like, I love what I do. Fans love what I do, and this is what I've kind of dedicated my life to. Music, movies, now sports, and I'm still a young man, so I got plenty of time to go rest or sit down or, look back and pat myself on the back and all that stuff. I still got too much to do, so I'm having fun.
Where do you pull most of your inspiration for the new music from?
Life. How I've always done it, just observing, the temperature of the culture, the things that, I go through in my own life. Also, just hearing my friends and family, what they going through out here in life. So, I think that's really the best music, is reflecting what we all going through and kind of inspiring us to, find a better way, or, or just celebrate the good things about life. It ain't all bad.
Right. Which, I mean, is what you've always been amazing at, is reflecting that, what's going on. For like looking at it now, what do you think is the biggest difference in hip hop in general? And that's maybe too general of a question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. But what do you think is the biggest difference in hip hop now compared to, say, like the 80s?
Oh, well, in the 80s, music was very valuable to people. People had music collections. They had albums or CDs or tapes, and they cherished them, and they wouldn't let nobody touch them. They knew when something was missing. They knew when an album was gone, and so it was valuable. I think now people think, music is dispensable. You just click, it's a click. It's not, you don't have to stand in line. You don't have to go to the record store. You don't have to, come back when the record is sold out, or when it hasn't come out yet, and make 2 or 3 trips on something you really like or want. You don't have to do that no more. You can just press a button and it's all on streaming. So it's even more disposable, because now you got everybody's collection. So it's a different world.
Yeah, I remember getting my 30 CD disc book stolen and how much that sucked to have to go out and replace all of that or find those. Yeah, I think that's an interesting way to look at it. Well, for this tour here coming, you mentioned it's big. It's a big production, biggest since Up in Smoke. So what can people expect with something like this?
Hey, man, I'll see you on the 22nd if you want to know what to expect. Expect to have fun, to rock out, jam. We're going to be doing it West Coast style like we always do. And come with the hits.
Go with the hits. Is there one particular song from the back catalog that you probably won't do this because it'll spoil it, but is there one particular song from the back catalog that you're most excited about performing that you haven't performed in a long time?
I mean, my summer vacation, Once Upon a Time in the Projects, going deep into the crates. People haven't seen those songs. They love them. They haven't seen me perform, and we got great production around it.
Nice. I mean, yeah, I'm excited to see this, to see what it is that you're bringing for this. And last question, since you are coming to Portland, I mean, I know you've been to Portland before. Do you ever get time to go out in the city when you're on these tours, or is it mostly just hit this one on to the next stop?
I'm all business, no play, man. It's really about making sure the fans who spent their money, who's spending their time to come see me, see a great show. So I'm really double focused on, making sure the production is what they deserve in Portland. And so you probably won't see me too many places around town. You will see me at the arena though, and you're gonna like what you see. So that's really what it's all about for me. It's really about staying laser focused. I look at it like, like it's game time. It's no time to play, it's time to win. And it's time to entertain the people and make sure they have fun, make sure that I'm worth their time and their money.
Do you have a routine that you go through to pump yourself up like an athlete before a performance?
I usually go over the whole entire show in my hotel room before I go on stage. I don't want to miss a beat. So, that's time consuming, but it's something that I love to do, and I'm gonna continue to do it.
I mean, that's because you're disciplined. You know what you're doing. I mean, bringing that performance, you had everybody like that. Well, Ice Cube, thank you for having time to talk to us. Looking forward to seeing you here in Portland, September 22nd with this tour. Congrats on the tour. I know it's getting ready to launch here, a couple weeks. So
yeah, 16th of September.
So it's coming up. Well, man, thank you for having some time to talk to us. It's always great to have you on here. Congrats on Big 3 also and everything else you have going. Yeah, man, just thanks for being here with us on Fox 12 Now.
All right, Greg. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. Take
Thanks,
it easy.
Cube. All right, again, huge thank you to Ice Cube there for joining us for that, coming through September 22nd for that tour. And thank you to everybody for watching Fox 12 Now. Again, we are live here every weekday starting at 1. So this is the place to go right after the new news. We'll be here with all kinds of coverage. So it could be interview with Ice Cube, could be, coming up, actually, today we're talking a lot about some events that are going on. There's the NASCAR Xfinity Series that's going to be here in town this weekend. We've got a local driver coming. We've got a leader from the series coming. They're going to both be on here around 1:30. So if you're watching live, that's when I'll be back on here. And you can join me then. If you're watching after the fact, well, thanks for downloading the Fox 12 Oregon app. If that's how you found us, if you're watching on YouTube, KPTV.com, whatever platform it is, we just appreciate you doing so. And don't forget, you can share these episodes as well. And send me an email, fox12now@kptv.com. But we're going to take a quick break. I'll be back shortly. Again, I'm Greg Nibbler, and this is Fox 12 Now.